Hello and welcome to Staying Up with Cammie and Taryn. I'm Cammie.
And I'm Taryn. And every night we get to have sleepover. But every week we invite you to join us. So thanks for staying up. Hoo-hoo. Hee-hee. What?
I was just letting you do your thing.
Oh.
You had some big
we need
spiel
to start
that
over. We gotta
no.
start over.
Keep it running. Keep it running.
Oy.
You're good. You got this.
I'm cracking.
We've had
under
a
the
week,
pressure.
y'all. You know what I was also just thinking right now though
Tell
is
me.
you said every night we have a sleepover. It's the nights we don't where bad things happen.
That's it.
Yeah.
Only this weekend. It doesn't generally go bad.
What I think it does. I just think we're not supposed to spend nights apart.
Guys, we've had a willy-nilly time.
I don't know if y'all follow us on our personal socials. Well, I guess we shared it on the podcast socials too. But shit got crazy, man. But before we get into everything, thank you guys for listening, rating, subscribing, smashing that like button. I'm just kidding.
Dude, smash that fucking like button with your TTs.
Ooh,
That's cute.
do it.
I was getting crazy.
No, but truly, it really helps us. And also, it's so funny. I feel like one person, I believe it's just one person, keeps being like, I want to rate you guys, and I don't know how.
On YouTube.
They keep saying that, and I was like, it cannot be that hard. I went to go see just on Spotify and our pod.
Be honest, you went to go send some ratings.
No, I've already done that. I went to just read them, look at them, and I couldn't figure. It took me so long to figure out.
It's a little tough.
It is a little tough, but you can give us a little 5-star rating and leave a little comment. Also, if you'd like, on both Spotify and I think anywhere. I would tell you how, but I still don't think I understand.
You guys, you just go to the page. I think on Spotify you just click 5 stars. No, you can't.
You can't leave a comment. Yeah,
you just click 5 stars. And then if you go on Apple, you can click 5 stars, and then it's going to say leave a review right under your stars.
You can only do the review on Apple.
I believe so. I mean, you can leave the stars on both.
Yeah, but the
Can I share how wild it is that someone came up with the stars as the rating system, and we have everyone uses it
forever. Kindergarten, you'd get stars. You get the little sticker.
It's so cool.
Why do we decide stars matter?
Yeah, good cue.
Why isn't it a circle or a heart?
Yeah.
Or we just give stars. 5 stars.
And even
yes.
movie star.
Yeah. Oh my God.
A celebrity is a star.
But meanwhile, most of the stars are already dead in the sky.
So true, bestie.
I know.
You know what's a really cute thing about my mom is that you know what I'm gonna say?
No. Oh yeah, I do know exactly
celebrities. Desperately loves celebrities.
Yeah.
But she calls them stars.
I love it.
And she's like, oh yeah, there are so many stars out. And
or did you see any stars?
Did you see any stars?
And I'm like, no, it's kind of cloudy. And then I'm like, oh yeah.
It's so sweet. But I guess it makes sense because it's is a musician a celebrity, or are they just a star?
They're just a star,
a Broadway
baby.
Star, I don't know. I just think that's very cute. But how cool. Thank you. But the person that made up the star rating system must feel so fucking cool.
Yeah. Or oh my God, everyone uses this and nobody knows who I am. I'm not a star.
Oh my God, maybe it's from the Star Spangled Banner.
No.
Why are there stars on the banner?
What do you mean? Why are there stars? Why is that what's used, or what are they representing? I was like, honey,
I'm unraveling.
That's a good question. Yeah, why did we and who came up with that? Just why is this a heart? Why is this shape a heart when your heart does not look like that at all? Not even close.
Yeah, I think
I did read somewhere where that heart shape came from. I don't remember, but I feel like I've heard it. There is a purpose.
Cam and I.
Oh wait. Sorry. The star.
Did you mean star? Sorry.
Sorry. The shape of the star is probably because when it's a ball, but when it's glowing in the sky, it lets off. It emits little rays of light, so then it's speckly.
Did you just make that up?
I know. I'm just figured it out. I'm saying that's probably it.
No, I didn't make it up. I figured it out. Okay, science.
I'm not making it up. I'm just saying obviously that's why. Because
that is so not obvious to me.
Yeah, it is, because when you look at it, it doesn't look like a ball. It emits light. It shoots out.
But why isn't it like an orb? Who decided to make the?
Because you can't because that's not a consistent, monetizable shape. It's all about money, baby. It's all money, honey.
Dude, I'm dating a
star.
The Godfather.
Star.
You know, I know nothing about The Godfather. I was at our neighbor's house the other day, and he has like Godfather paintings and stuff, like memorabilia all around his house.
No.
Couldn't tell you what that's about.
We were playing a game with your family one time, and that was like the clue. I forget, it was one of those lists, like, I don't know, we were trying to figure stuff out, and that is what they used. It was like weird. It was like actors' names, and they were like The Godfather, and you and I both were like
Al Pacino, I think.
Sure.
Frankie Sinatra.
Sure.
Fettuccine.
Alfredo.
Fredo.
Ravioli.
Piccata mazzaroni.
Lasagna.
Cute. Anyway, please rate with all 5 stars.
Yeah.
And yeah, it really means a lot to us, because the more successful this podcast is,
the more successful we are.
The more successful we are,
the more happier we are. And you want us happy.
The more money we have, the more happiness we have, the more just general joy that I feel.
And our dogs are happier, and it all comes back to the dogs.
The more I want to get out of bed, the more I find purpose in life.
Sure. We are kooky mood. It's also so hot. We just got to Palm Springs because we had to escape our home.
It's 96 degrees.
Yeah. Should we recap? You know what? I don't want to talk about this for long.
No, let's box this in 2 minutes.
Yeah. We've been posting about what's going on at our house, and somebody was like, well, at least it makes great content for the podcast. And I was like, I don't want to talk about it anymore.
But we love that comment. Thank you. Loyal, love.
Oh, yeah. So sweet. You're great, but I just don't want to fucking talk about it.
Just let's time box go.
Okay. Very quickly. I was out of town. Picture this.
Okay, you're going very slow.
Just kidding.
Go quick. I was out of town.
So it all starts in 1991 when I was born.
Cute.
March 11th.
I was already kicking for like 6 months. How cute is that?
Very cute.
I was like,
you're waiting for me.
I'm the only one drinking wine. It's looking
the only one.
Yeah, out of all 2 of us.
Well, I'm about to tell a story. So I go to the East Coast for a bachelorette. So I'm like across the freaking country, as far as I could be within the country. Yeah, I was in Jersey, baby.
She was in Jersey doing the Godfather stuff.
Exactly. I'm there, and literally, I'm not even there for 24 hours. Yep. Taryn wakes up to bubbles on the ceiling of our kitchen. There's clearly a massive leak somewhere.
It was noticeable enough to where I'm like, you know, when you see something
out of on the insert, we'll like do an in-feed post so y'all can see.
But you know, when you see something out of the corner of your eye that's not normally there, it was that where I was doing the dishes. They were
huge.
I was in the sink. And I
can't believe you even got in the kitchen without notice. Like, you didn't walk down the stairs and just walk in?
I was really tipsy the night prior.
Oh, yes.
So
I didn't think about that when I filed the insurance claim. Just kidding.
It does matter, though. Because
I was like, my wife is so observant. There's no way it was there Thursday night. She absolutely would have noticed.
No, it started right there. Because it was... Anyway. Big bubbles. Then I had to call like 1,000 contractors of various smarts telling us that they thought it was this, that. They're all fighting each other. They all want you to use their recommendations and their people. And it's just a very messy and like honestly conniving little industry. Little rats. I love it. I love it.
So yeah, Taryn,
I was stressed.
Gets a plumber to come. He like Dr. Pimple Popper style.
Yeah.
Pokes these holes and just drains them of gallons. Did we get to gallons of water?
I don't know. Sure.
Maybe just under a gallon of water.
Sake?
Gallons. Oceans loads.
Oceans.
A shit ton of water.
Yeah, a lot.
More water than should ever be in the ceiling of your kitchen. I'll say that.
Yep.
He drains it, and this just like ensues a bunch of people not knowing where it's coming from. Long story short. Oh, also the first guy who came scared the shit out of Taryn because he's like, yeah, there might be mold and asbestos up here. Like,
you might be out of your house for 6 months.
But also, it's not about being out of the house. Taryn's like, am I going to die with asbestos
So I literally had a sleepover at my neighbor's house. It was so cute. They're this couple. They're maybe mid-30s, early 40s energy. And they have 2 young boys. And I went and I played. And they were so cute. I went over there. They're an Armenian family. We live in an area with lots of Armenian people. And so we're really learning the culture. They're the coolest people. They're very handy. They know a lot of things. And so they were like, oh, 100% come over here. You're totally fine, but come. I go over there. I didn't even tell you this. Should I say their name?
No.
Lingo goes.
Just say our neighbor.
Okay, yeah.
Lingo. Just say like the kid, the mom.
The
like,
mom.
Okay.
You're right. You're totally right. I lost the plot.
Or use like bluey names.
Okay. Well, I went for lingo. It's close enough to bingo. The mom goes, honey, to the son, who's like 9, go get her. It's not baklava, but it sounded like that.
Yeah.
And I was like,
some kind of candy.
I was like, what is that? And they all went, oh, you've never had that? They're like, it's Armenian.
You don't know what it is? You don't remember the name?
No, it was like an Armenian, like a fruit rope.
Oh.
Not a fruit rope. I don't know what it would be called.
A fruit roll up?
Not a roll up, but like a fruit
stick.
Man, what is that called? You know those little things that are like a rectangle? They kind of look like a little small, like half of a ruler.
Yeah.
And it's like a fruit.
Yeah, like a...
What is that?
Like a...
Come on. I guarantee we're going to get a comment like, I'm screaming at the computer.
It's,
what is
like
it?
Like a...
Is it a fruit rope? No, because that's
it's
giving
just like
nerds.
flat. It's just like a...
Yeah.
It's like those things that I got, the like little vegan ones that I got the other day. Like a...
It doesn't matter. Like a strip.
Yeah. This is annoying me.
Yeah, sorry.
Fuck.
Anyway, there's an Armenian one that is amazing. They gave it to me.
One.
And then the kids let me play a game with them. We played Minecraft.
So cute.
And he handed me the controller, one of the little ones, and he goes, would you chase me? I'm like, hell yeah, I will chase you. I've never played Minecraft before, but I chased the shit out of that kid.
Did you do okay?
Yeah. I mean, all the games are
like
similar.
You were just following him around kind of thing? Is that what he means by chase?
Yeah, he was
like you're
running
on his team and you're just like following him?
Yeah, we were like in a land and
That's
I was just chasing him through the grass and
Very
stuff.
cute.
And I was like, I'm going to get you. While I was like, they were giving me candy, wine.
Honestly, you were
on
living
their
the dream.
couch. It was really cute.
Yeah.
It was very neighborly.
Very cute. Yeah, I think
thing.
About our house, because I know people want updates. Everything's going to be fine. We'll keep you posted next episode when we have a better idea. It really doesn't matter. There's a leak. The leak is patched, and now we're just dealing with drying out the house because we don't want to get mold. But I think there's like 2 very good things that came from this.
We have a counter.
Positive.
Give me number 1.
Number 1 is we have the world's greatest neighbors.
Yeah.
So many of them too. Not just one single neighbor, many, many neighbors. You went to one of our neighbors, like basically project managed this whole situation. He
came over and yelled at the plumber for me, which I would never do, and I wouldn't even know what to say.
That's the other funny thing about having so many Armenian neighbors is that all of the workers who come also speak Armenian. Mm-hmm. So then they're just like yelling at each other and we don't know what they're saying.
Language, yeah.
Yeah, it's just so funny. It's like it really does help you to know.
I want to learn Armenian.
Every language ever.
Yeah.
You stayed at another neighbor's house. You went and showered and did laundry at another neighbor's house. Like, yeah, I think that was massive.
I don't know how to repay adults.
I don't know. I don't know how we repay any of them for any of this, but
because money is not it.
No, it's got to be a gift. It's got to be thoughtful. I think we do like really nice baskets of like home
Aesop
stuff,
and
skincare,
bottle of wine,
alcohol, and then like maybe a couple gift cards to be like, I don't want to give you cash, but like you guys should order in dinner on us.
You know what? 2 out of the 3 people have kids. We should give babysitting vouchers and say we'll babysit their kids.
That's really cute too.
That's cute. We should do that.
That's so sweet.
And I like all the kids.
All the kids are awesome.
Anyway, that was 1. What was number 2?
That's a great idea. Number 2 is that we are awesome. Our relationship's amazing. I love you so much. Like, it's really funny because this all happened right after we did the episode on like how you know someone's the one.
Yeah.
And the way we move through crisis together is really special. I feel the most at ease going through crisis with you.
That's
like
so kind.
I think day-to-day life can get really overwhelming.
Day-to-day you hate me.
Don't say stuff like
Sorry,
that.
I thought that was like a funny like moment.
I hate when you ever say like you hate me.
Okay.
It makes me so sad.
You were just like, I know I love you. I know I love you. Like day to day. And I thought it was like a funny.
No. Day to day, I think little things can feel really overwhelming. Like spilled milk can feel like the end of the world. It really can. Like when little things are piling up.
Absolutely.
But something about an actual issue that you really do need to fix and you have to team up and you have to work together.
Yeah.
I think brings out the best in both of us.
Yeah.
And I think we do so well. And this was a really hard situation because you were at home having to deal with it. I'm feeling sad that you're doing that and trying my best to like be present with my friend who's getting married, but also be helpful to you. And I just think like we are calm with each other. Mm-hmm. We help each other. We lean on each other. We like know our strengths and weaknesses. I don't know. I just think we move through crisis like a fucking well-oiled machine. It's really special.
Thank you for saying that. Yeah. I felt very supported from afar from you.
Good.
I like how much you sent your appreciation towards me, at me, verbally. I thought that was very nice. Yeah. Made me feel like I was like a hero.
You were. I was like, fuck. Why am I the one out of town? Why is it not reversed?
Yeah.
But then I was proud of you. I think it was good for you to deal with it.
Absolutely. I think, look, I come from a privileged background. I've never fixed a thing in my entire life. I am not used to having an issue that is, this is sound ridiculous, but like, if something's wrong with my car, I would never think to Google how to fix it. If something's wrong with my house, I would never fix it myself. Like, I would, and I feel like
we didn't.
But you're so much better at being like, trying to at least get all the information that you can, like get as much in so that you can describe it to someone, or like you have a better idea of like, if they're like, where's the water valve in the house? So you're like, I'm pretty sure that it's over here. I'm like so frozen in those moments. I'm like, where's my dad?
I don't know. I don't think that necessarily is a privilege thing, other than like having people in your life who are handling those things, like your dad. My dad did that as well, but he definitely taught us, like, and I didn't realize he was doing this, but it's like you, I mean, you know, my dad, when we share anything, like, oh, this is wrong in the house, or like, hey, this is happening with my car, what are your thoughts? So I feel equipped to, I don't want to look like an idiot because I don't want to get taken advantage of. But you know, my dad gives like very long-winded, like, well, it's this and this and this, and it's like, okay, now that's actually really fucking useful if I retain any of that information, because I do know where the water valve is on our house now. I do know how to turn off our electricity if we need to. Like,
I guess my dad does give me those answers, and like, he is hands-on. It's just I didn't grow up learning, needing to retain that information thing, I feel like.
Yeah. I just think this is like adulthood.
I know. It's
and
just
owning a house.
You guys, it's exhausting. And I can't express enough how many quotes you need to get for shit. Oh. Because these people come in with just, they'll say crazy numbers, especially if you are...
pull it out of their buttholes.
Right out of their buttholes into our kitchen. They will, especially, I think, take advantage of you if you are a young girl.
100%.
They're just like, this girl doesn't know.
And then they're like, there's fucking two of these dummies.
Yeah. They go upstairs and they see the pictures of our engagement and shit, and they're like, jackpot, lish boosh.
And I'm like, Dad.
No, literally.
No, that are three Armenian neighbors walking in. They're like, are you fucking them over?
So good.
It's cute.
Anyway, it's been a very stressful couple days. It was really inflaming my health anxiety because of the possible asbestos and mold and all of the things.
You've done so well.
And it was just a lot. But
we're doing it.
Yeah, I feel very alive, you know? It's like when there's like crazy shit going on, you feel like the most present that you felt in a long time, because you're like, I have to be here or I'm going to get lost.
Yeah.
And I like can't afford to get lost.
Yeah. And think like 10 years down the road, when one of our friends just bought a house for the first time and they have a leak and they're like, fuck, what do I do?
Yeah.
It's going to feel really special to be like, wait, I have this knowledge.
Totally.
I feel like over the last 2 years of us owning this house, I have learned so much that we would have never known. But it's
one thing that has escaped my mind right when I started saying one thing.
Oh,
shame.
Think about it.
It was like a big learning for me.
You're going to get it.
Oh,
yes.
We got our gutters cleaned, and this is the power of negotiation, you guys. And it's so easy on Yelp because you don't even have to talk to someone on the phone. You can just message them. So for people that get spooked in moments like that, this is a tip for you.
Lie.
We needed to get our gutters cleaned, and I wanted to make sure that we did it during all of this so that if it could help with the leak somehow, I don't know. I was just like, let's do all the house things at once.
Get it done.
And I sent a bunch of like quote requests out on Yelp, and one guy comes to the house, does the little roundabout. Oh yeah, this is great. $400. And I'm like, okay, thanks. He's like, just let me know if you want to do it.
No, you're right.
400. He goes, let me know if you want to do it. And I'm like, okay. And I go inside and I'm like, I don't know. That feels like a lot. But then I Googled it and I'm like, it's at the high end, but like our house is weird. So I just thought
our house is a pain to get up there.
Then I got another message from someone that was like, tell me a little bit more about your house, blah, blah. So I go to that. Then I go back to the first guy and I say, hey, actually, I just got another quote for $250. Would you be willing to come down? And
Taryn tells me she does this, and I was like, "Oh my god, you sneaky little bitch!"
This is so fun. I'm lying. I'm swindling you.
Yeah,
back.
you are.
And they haven't replied yet. So then I go back to the other person that reached out, and I say, "Hey." Oh, they go, "How's 250 sound?" And I'm like, "Okay, I fucking manifested 250." Then I go, "I actually just got another quote for 200. Would you meet me there?"
Taryn's like high on this power where she's like, somebody said they'll do it for free. Will you pay me to come do it?
and they said, absolutely. We would love to win your business. 200 sounds great.
Oh, we got to leave them a Google review. Don't forget. I wrote their names
absolutely. Down. So 200.
Taryn took it from 400 to 200.
That's half, baby.
Mm-hmm. And then when we had to get our leak fixed, it cost $250. So she basically got that for free because she swindled.
I'm fucking on it, man.
I'm so proud of you.
And before anyone's like, no, pay people what they're worth, I am always down to pay people. But
but then you tip the person who actually comes and does it.
Of course, you tip them. But they also, all of these like home renovation-y, business-y, whatever, always start high. They're always down.
They expect you to swindle. And then the people who don't, they're like, good, that gives us a little cushion for the people who way lowball us, but we can get it.
I have friends that negotiate everything. They'll say, hey, I would love to get guacamole at Chipotle. There'll be a Chipotle. I know this is a true story. They'll say, I would love guac. It feels a little ridiculous to pay $2 extra for guac. Is there any way you could just give me the guac? Like,
you know how to get the guac for free?
Veggie bowl?
Yeah. Don't eat meat. Free guac, baby.
Honestly, true.
Pro tip.
Cool.
Yeah, we always above pay, but then I think it's really helpful because you get the business to come down. They're making enough money, and then the people who are actually coming to do the work, you tip them. So it's like it's a win-win for all of us here. Your boss maybe not a win, but for us all here collectively, winning.
Also, we were not going to talk about this. Really any of this. We really said we were going to talk about 2 minutes of this. Are you going to
talk about the pizza?
Yes. But we said we were going to talk about this for 2 minutes and now I'm having fun.
Yeah.
The pizza situation, Pizzagate. Oh, no, that's real.
Oh,
Isn't Pizzagate the pizza ring, Hillary Clinton?
Yeah. It's like conspiracy
We're not
theory.
calling it that.
No.
Okay.
We're calling it pepperoni.
Pepperoni Gate.
Pepperoni Gate. That's probably a thing too.
Okay.
I don't know.
So we have this. Our gardener is amazing, and he came over 6 months ago. And whenever we have people working on our house, we will always say, "Do you guys need anything?" Which is something we both learned from our dads, probably.
Which apparently also, if you do it, because we actually had people come over and be like, "That is so nice. You don't know how much that means to us." Yeah. It's so easy to ask people like, "Do you need a water?" But do you remember those guys were like so thankful?
They were like shocked.
I was like, "It's water."
Yeah, and especially like. Whatever. If they're working for long hours or anything, it's like, it's hot. It's a lot of work.
Treat them like kind of you would guess at your house.
Yeah, you're like, wait, do you need a water? Do you want a beer? I know it's like past 5. You guys want to like whatever.
And you want a party?
And y'all want a fucking shot? And we asked our gardener recently, hey, do you need anything? And he goes.
And we meant water.
Of course we meant
or
water.
Beer.
Always a beverage. We're never thinking food.
Something we have, a bathroom break.
And if he said, oh, if you had you have a little snack or do you have like a energy bar or something? Of course. But he goes, yeah, would you order a pizza? And we're like, what the fuck?
We're like, we both went, you want us to order you a pizza?
And I'm like,
yeah, if you don't mind.
He's like, yeah, pizza, yeah.
Which seems
and we're
fair,
like, okay,
honestly.
yeah. And he's like, yeah, just like pepperoni. And he names like 6 ingredients. He's going. And we're like, okay, sure. We order him this pizza. This is like 6 months ago. We're like, silly.
He had been there for like 8 hours. It was a long day. So fair enough.
Just funny. Just one of those
Super
things
funny.
where we're like, we asked this guy if he wanted water, and he's like, would you order me a pizza? Then he's out doing work. Same guy is out doing work yesterday, where Pepperoni Gate has happened so long ago we had forgotten. And he's in the front. He's been out there with his guys for maybe 5 hours or something.
Yeah.
And we're like, hey, do you guys need anything? And he goes, would you order us a pizza?
He did offer to pay for it. He was like, I'll pay you back.
I'll pay you back, which last time he didn't pay us back, which is sweet that he offered to pay this time. But we didn't take it because it's $30. It's fine.
Yeah.
But I go, sure. I'm like, okay, yes. Every time you come here, we're giving you pizzas.
I'm just going to have it ordered, ready to go.
Yeah. He's like, yeah. And I'm like, what kind of pizza? And he's like, Domino's, Pizza Hut. And I was like, oh, no, sorry. I meant like pepperoni, cheese.
It's like when you ask your friends where they want to eat and they're like, I don't care. And they really care.
They really care.
They really care.
And I was like, pepperoni, cheese. And he goes, oh, pepperoni, onions, mushroom, beef.
He had like such a specific order ready to go, but he I was comparing it to Taryn how we order our margaritas because we don't want to like be too annoying at the restaurant where we're like, oh, can we get like a skinny margarita? Could it also be with mezcal maybe? Spicy?
Skinny?
Tahini on the rim? Yeah, like he was trying so hard to not be a pain in the ass. It was just so fucking funny. So we got him his pizza. We drove to get it too, which was also comical because Taryn and I never go pick up our own food. We Postmates everything.
Yeah.
So I was like, not us actually leaving the house to go pick up other people's food, but we won't even do it for ourselves.
But I loved it. He was so happy and his team is so happy. Like,
except for we had no fucking plates to give them because we can't get in our kitchen. We were like,
here's
napkins.
Anyway, it was hilarious. And yeah, it's been a couple days.
Everything's just been silly, goofy.
I kind of feel like if we watched the podcast back, just like a super cut of the first 5 minutes, we would always say this.
It's been a little crazy.
It's been crazy lately.
Sorry.
Quickie.
I mean, we went from like planning the wedding, then the wedding time, and now all this house.
Yeah.
You know what? Life is just crazy. It's always going to be crazy. It's always been crazy. It always will be crazy.
It always will be crazy.
Yeah. So, you know.
Speaking of crazy, should we talk about the ultimatum?
Oh my God, yes.
We've had so many requests. I hate when people say that. We've had so many requests.
So hey guys, so a lot of you have been asking.
I didn't mean that. I mean, we have been asked maybe one time, maybe more.
I've seen at least like maybe 3 or 4
about our thoughts on the ultimatum and if we would talk about it on the pod.
So sure. God, our dogs look so cute. I'm getting really distracted.
I don't know why Ricky's sitting like that, but
she just sat up. She's so cute.
For those that don't know, The Ultimatum is a Netflix show where they bring a bunch of couples together. One person in the couple says that they want to get married, and they give an ultimatum to the other person that says we either get married by the end of this experience or we break up. And the other person is the person receiving the ultimatum, quote unquote. And
classic top and bottom situation.
They put them all together, all the couples, and then you pick a person for a trial marriage. So you date someone else that's also there from the experience. Yeah. You live with them, you whatever. Then you go back, I think it's like 3 weeks. Then you go back and do it with the original person that you came here with. And then at the end, you decide if you want to get married to the original person, switch for the new person, or
leave alone.
Leave alone. But I don't think anybody leaves alone.
I think maybe there's been like a straight season of it.
Yeah.
That we also watched. Multiple?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's such an unhinged show. I mean,
and people are asking and caring because this is the first queer season.
Yeah. And first queer reality show that Netflix has ever done. I mean, there's been like queer reality here and there, but like
queerality.
I like that. Yeah, I mean, just to preface all of this, I have 2 main thoughts that I want to share. And one is that I always feel really shitty about publicly talking about these people from reality shows negatively. Like, don't get me wrong. I shit talk them up and down when we are alone on our couch. And this is not like a public platform.
That's the point of watching reality TV.
Totally. And like, the worst comes out of you. I don't like sharing it on social media, talking about it publicly, because these are real people. And I think talking about them like they're never going to hear this is really dangerous. And I don't know. I just have a lot of issues with that in our society. So I don't want to like fully tear these people to shreds because I do have some thoughts. And then second, I think, well, this is going to be me immediately tearing them to shreds. So fuck me. I think it takes a really unique person to want to go on a show like this.
Yeah.
I think you have to be a little fucking kooky doo doo doo.
I think you either have to want the following so bad,
but there's so many other shows that you could get a following. You're gonna like this,
or
is
you
nuts.
don't know what you're getting into. I really believe a lot of it is that.
I mean, I just don't trust that they care about their relationships going in, because if like before we got married, one of us was like, I just don't know if it's time. Like if you gave me an ultimatum, if I wasn't ready, and then you're like, I think we should go on the show to figure it out. I think we should go on a show where we end up dating other people so we can figure out.
Yeah,
I'd be like,
nuts.
you're crazy, babe.
I am trying everything. I agree with you, but I'm trying everything in me to see the other side. If I am in the complete opposite end, I'm trying so damn hard to see why someone would do that if they were like you and I.
Yeah.
I think I would say, I bet the people that recruit the cast are super fucking convincing.
Yeah.
I bet they say,
yeah, producers are amazing.
I completely understand where you're coming from. This show sounds nuts.
Yeah.
This show sounds like your worst fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
But hear me out. You'll be a part of something that has never been done for queer representation on Netflix.
Yeah, but
you'll
like
be
straight people going.
I know. But
yeah.
I just think that they would
they get it. They
sell
manipulate.
you like a lawyer. Like it would just be.
Do you think, like, how do you think they found the people to be on the show? Do you think they applied for other shows? Because that happens all the time in reality TV. You apply for one show, don't get it, and they say, but come on this show. Or do you think that they signed up for, I don't know.
I think
that's what I want to know what they did.
Some people sign up, some people get approached.
Yeah.
I think they probably, the poster probably didn't say the ultimatum. It probably said searching for queer women love women couples.
Maybe want to get married.
Who might get married. Or like who might be at a crossroads in their relationship.
Yeah, you're right, Dan.
Yada, yada.
I think you're right.
And I don't think they say, hey, searching for a show where you're going to go marry someone else for a while and it's going to air all your dirty laundry out. I don't think that's what happens.
I think you're right. Can I ask you a question?
Hit me.
Can we run down the cast and you tell me who you think was there for fame and who was just caught in the chaos?
Yeah, I think the one couple.
Do you want me to pull up the cast? We got to know their.
Yeah.
You're like this.
The Australian person and their person.
Ozzy and Sam.
Yep. Absolutely not there for fame, in my belief.
Agreed.
I think they are just like gone with the wind here for the thing.
They're like the one couple where I'm like, y'all got swooped up.
And like Ozzy's like in her 40s, their 40s.
Yeah. Oh, that's the other weird thing about the show. Just side note, they never shared pronouns. And I've seen TikToks of people share, like I think someone said that Ozzy goes by Ozzy, doesn't like pronouns, just call them Ozzy.
Call Ozzy.
Call Ozzy. But then on the show, Sam calls Ozzy she, her. So I'm really confused. So if we use any wrong pronouns, I'm really sorry. I actually did try to research and find it. And I think it's really weird that Netflix didn't choose, even if everyone went by
a very easy opportunity to do so.
You know what I think they did? They wanted to try to get straight people to jump on watching this show and it not just be a queer thing. That they were like, oh no, this is like hot button topic to talk. Yeah, they're like, we don't want to be politically correct. We just want to throw these people out there. Judge them if you want, hate them, love them, we don't care.
Yeah.
Which wasn't really a big fan of. That's also why I think they used a host who wasn't queer and had no business being there either.
That CGI woman.
Yeah. Lexi and Ray.
Lexi for the fame. Ray, I think, loved Lexi and got caught up in it.
I think they are both there for fame.
Yeah.
Judging by Ray's TikTok presence post show fame.
But I also think that's part of it. It's like you just got to run with it now.
I don't know. Yoli and Mal.
Fame.
Well, I think Mal cheated on Yoli and they were trying to figure out, can we make this work? So they were
That's
like
juicy.
very at a crossroads. And that's why the energy was like, oh, Mal, you're being perfect now. And I would love, I want this to work.
I could see that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could see that.
Tiff and Mildred.
I have just nothing about them.
Really?
Like, probably fame. I would not be surprised if I went on TikTok and Tiff had like a massive TikTok presence already.
Yeah.
Before the show.
Oh, yeah, I have seen that Tiff does like a podcast. But because I was going to say love, mainly because they're so toxic that I was like, oh, I bet that they wanted to make this. I don't know.
It's giving Florida.
Vanessa and Xander.
I think that Vanessa's actually probably my favorite story of the whole thing. I really do think she came around towards the end, and I might have just been blinded by it because whatever. But I think Xander went on it for love, and Vanessa was like, woo!
I think both fame, 100%.
You think Xander's lying? It's all
They had a couple's travel blog together.
Oh.
I think they did it for fame. I think they knew it was going to work. But I will say, as wild as Vanessa was, she also is my favorite. Like, I think every interview I've seen, she's like, I was looking up TikToks about everyone before the podcast today, and she was like, somebody asked if she got a bad edit, and she was like, I mean, did they edit me a type of way? Sure. But was everything like, I gave it to them? Like, she really owns it.
Yeah.
And I can hate you, but if you own who you are, I'm still like, I kind of got to respect it.
fair. Yeah.
And then that's it. That's everybody.
Yeah. I mean,
A little mix. Some fame, some
think
love.
Overall, everyone going on here was like, I'll get followers out of this. And at least that's the good side.
Yeah. Did you feel like this was a good, well, not even good. Do you think this was an accurate representation of queer relationships?
Well, it wasn't like they had the full gambit of queer relationships. They only picked queer relationships that were at a crossroads, that there was some sort of tension and some sort of issue.
Yeah.
So it's
but just like comparing it to the straight version of it, do you think that this was like someone in the middle of America is watching this, has never met a gay person in their life? Was this
no
correct?
I think, well, I don't know, because my criticism is that it was 10 million times more dramatic than the average queer relationship.
Yeah.
But I don't know how that you could not, with this being the premise of the show.
Totally.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think yes and no. I was really not thrilled by the whole conversation when Vanessa and Ray had hooked up and Vanessa was sharing that. Like, I didn't like the language around it. It sounded fake. Like, I've never talked to my friends and be like,
I fingered
did y'all
her
hook up? And
whatever.
be like, yeah, I fingered her. Like,
yeah,
it was really kind of vulgar, which I felt was bizarre. I also think it was weird when they did like some of the like artsy sex scenes. Like, reality TV, it's normally the camera in the corner of the bedroom where it's like night vision and you're like, it's alluded to. We don't need to see everything.
It's the blanket over the body and you see that there is like rabbit action and you're like,
and
okay, they're hooking up. And that's all I need to see.
Yeah.
But then they were making it these like vignettes.
It was
and, like,
Tiff and Mildred in the first week.
Yeah.
Before they like went off to their trial marriage, where they were like in lingerie and touching. There was like different artsy angles. And I was like, this isn't about a representation of queer relationships, but I was like, it felt like it was kind of sexualizing it a little bit.
And like catered towards straight people.
Yeah, I was like, this is bizarre and unnecessary.
Yeah, and we're not saying, or I'm not saying, don't show the sex scenes. It's that like you don't need to produce them like it's a porn.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's
Just,
show
like,
it in
let
the
it
same way
be
you
what it
do
is.
on all your other shows. On like not the circle, the what's it called?
Love is Blind.
Love is Blind. There's scenes where they allude to people hooking up or show
but
stuff.
they're not like shooting it from under and
where there's like clearly a whole camera crew in the room.
Yeah.
That's what I was like,
that's fair.
Why are we doing this? I've never noticed it before. Maybe I'm being a little extra critical, but like never notices.
Yeah.
What is that all about?
Yeah.
It's a little weird.
Also, I think it's worth noting when people are like, oh my God, they broke up so fast right after the show, after they got engaged. This was filmed in like 2021.
Yeah. Well, I think what's really interesting about Ray and Lexi is that they were still together during the reunion, which was filmed in March, I think, or January or something.
They didn't look happy at that reunion, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Do you think they were already broken up and the show asked them, because they had spent they did finish the show, both proposed to each other, spend a year together, and then they had just broken up. So do you think maybe they were broken up before the reunion and they were like, God, this doesn't look great. We want a variety. Y'all broke up. Y'all tried again. You guys are together but don't have a wedding plan. Like, do you think they kind of pushed them to not lean into it?
No, I don't know. I think the reunion was just what it was.
Yeah.
I think one thing that is maybe stereotypical about queer relationships, but is also, I think, more true than not, is that breakups are fickle. Like, when you break up, it's not always the end. Whereas, like, with straight couples, it feels a little more like if you get to the point of a breakup, you are breaking up.
Yeah.
Where, like, with gay relationships, it's like maybe because you're the same sex.
It's also like a friend breakup too, wrapped into one.
Right. It's like
really makes it more
closer.
toxic.
It's like you're almost family vibe.
It's so much harder to let go.
So I think that even if they were on the rocks, it's like they were technically probably still together.
Okay. Yeah. I see that.
Yeah.
Who do you think was the real villain, if there was one, of the show? I think we've both already talked about that. Vanessa was interesting, to say the least.
Honestly, she's not the villain to me.
I don't think so either.
She just was exactly who she was. And I honestly think that we got to let people grow. I think at the end she was starting to get it and lights were coming on where she was like, I think Ozzy was the villain.
Why do you think Ozzy was a villain?
I think that you can't get off anymore, get off clean. Sorry. You can't just like get out of jail free card by being like, I'm not good with my emotions. That is so immature.
Yeah. And Ozzy was the oldest one on the show. It's like,
yeah. And it's like, obviously everyone matures at different stages and levels and whatever. But like, I felt like Ozzy never owned that.
Yes.
That like you could say, I'm not good at apologizing. And I know that's a bad quality about me. I don't feel like Ozzy ever was like, I'm not good with my emotions. And that's really something I need to work on. It is embarrassing to me that I am this way. I like yada, yada, yada. And it just came off as, it just came off as like, you have to be this way to be with me. And any other way is like psychotic, is like how Ozzy came off to other people, to me.
Yeah. Like this is how I am, take it or leave it kind of vibe.
Yeah, but but just in a, like, I get people being like, this is who I am, take it or leave it. I don't even think that's the problem. It's just like when it comes to communication in a relationship and that being a downfall. Yeah. I don't think you can do that with that. Yeah. I don't think you can be like, yeah, this is it. I just suck at communicating.
It's like, okay, and that's not cute.
Yeah. So I think villain. Especially because Ozzy was trying to, not villain, but if there had to be a villain, it would be that. Especially because Ozzy was trying to come off as so chill. Yeah. I just want peace, man. Like, just that bothered me. Yeah. What about you?
I don't think Ozzy was the villain. I think Ozzy had the least amount of growth. Yeah. So if that makes Ozzy a villain,
that's maybe to me.
Yeah. I think that Ozzy had the least amount of growth, and I feel really sad for Ozzy. We also got the most background on like the family life going on there, and that is like, you're not out to really anyone in your family but your brother. And I think you are like less sympathetic and like, I don't want to make excuses for this person. Like, it's not enough. You have to want to change, and I totally agree with you. But I just don't think that Ozzy was the biggest villain. I think that Mildred was the fucking villain.
Can I clarify? Yes. Mine has nothing to do with Ozzy's queerness or them being out or not being out or
no, of
whatever.
Course. No. I brought that up because I was saying like they are stunted in their emotional development because they are hiding such like I don't know if I've talked about this on the podcast before, but I've noticed, and I'm sure that there's research on this somewhere, that a lot of queer people are a little bit more immature or mature slower because things that our straight counterparts go through younger because they get to be explorative with their sexuality and vocal about their sexuality. We oftentimes don't. So I think that it kind of stunts us. So to know that Ozzy is in their 40s or whatever and still isn't out to their family yet, I'm like, that's got to wear on you, and that makes sense why you don't know, like you shut down, you fucking run at the sign of conflict.
I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah,
You're saying you see where it comes from.
Yeah,
I
think I have
justification of it.
Yeah, it's like I can understand why it's happening, but that doesn't make it okay.
I think
Mildred's a bigger villain. That's all.
Well, yeah, Mildred also being like, I'm Latina. This is just how I am. I get to yell and scream.
Very similar vibes of like, I am how I am. Don't need to fix it.
It's like,
and that's a pet peeve of yours.
It is such a pet peeve of mine when people are like, this is just the way that I am, and then they proceed to do something that is
so toxic.
Wrong. Just wrong. Just not a right way to be a person.
Yeah.
And drives me nuts.
That's not okay.
So which I guess maybe you're right, because with Ozzy, it's like got to work on their communication. With Mildred, it was like, I'm going to fucking blow up at you and then be like, sorry, deal with it, because that's just who I am.
Yeah.
Tell me why Mildred is your villain.
It all happened in the finale.
Is it because her name is Mildred?
No issues with Mildred. I think it's kind of cute.
It's just a tough name to say out loud.
Yeah.
Mildred.
Sam became my favorite at the reunion because I really appreciated that she went and checked on Tiff and really seemed like, I don't know, Sam just seemed to have like a really good head on her shoulders.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of manipulation and like planned out negative behavior from Mildred, where with Vanessa or Tiff or Ozzy, it felt like, oh my God, I'm not even meaning to act this way.
It was like reactive.
And it's either like I am working on it or I don't realize that there's a problem.
Right.
Mildred felt a little too calculated.
Okay.
Like bringing up like, oh, you brought bitches into my home and you were on dating apps, and then it's like, oh,
like she had a list before the reunion started.
But it was the way it was shared. It was like, you didn't say, oh, when we broke up, you immediately started dating someone. It was like, you were broken up. You didn't share that tidbit, but you want to talk about how they were going on dating apps, and it's like, you watched the show. You saw that edits can be made.
Yeah.
You strategically shared that information the way you did. And then...
Yeah, I think Mildred was playing strategy, playing a little more chess.
Yeah. And then Mildred got physical, and I just don't really have a lot of...
I don't remember that. What did Mildred do?
I think you fell asleep during the reunion. I got to be honest. You were doing something during the reunion. I think you missed quite a bit of important things.
They hurt Tiff?
Yeah, like the cops were called.
Oh, you told me when I was like a little half asleep or something.
No, we were finishing the episode in the morning, and you were doing something, and I know you were like on your phone doing something, not paying attention. You were like, look, something was going on. I don't know. Something was happening you had to deal with, and I knew you weren't paying attention because I said something about what Vanessa said, and I was like, oh my God. And you're like, wait, what? And I rewinded it.
Okay, yeah, Mildred is the villain. I didn't know that she got physical.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
And like tried to come at Tiff, or Tiff not being able to form a relationship with her son. And I'm like, that's a low blow. Your son, one, is a teenager, where that's just hard. It's like a person coming in. And she has been very vocal about her son having special needs. I forget the details of it, but like,
yeah. And like severe, right? Yeah. Where it's like hard to connect with him in general.
I'm not sure I don't know that he's nonverbal. I know it's like a more extreme thing where it's like, that would be difficult. And that's a weird thing to be like, you didn't even try to connect with my son. I think she was trying to not look like the villain.
And trying to like burn Tiff down as much as possible.
Yeah. And I lose respect for people like that. Like, we all have our shit, and that's okay. Like, that's why I ended up not hating Vanessa, because I was like, sis kind of owns her shit.
Yeah.
I respect that. So yeah.
Overall, what's your take?
Ride. I'm glad that Netflix took the risk.
Same.
I think it's been a long time coming. It's so crazy that there hasn't been this. It's not that hard to figure out how to do queer stuff. And queer people have so much more drama than straight people. It's like, it writes itself. There's that show about like my 3-day first date. And I'm like, every lesbian ever has done that. This is not groundbreaking. So I think they should keep tapping into our community, exploiting us for reality TV.
Tap in.
Tap it in.
Yeah. Love that.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
Thank you for sharing. Speaking of gossip, what you got for me? Did our little peepees deliver this week?
Well. If this is your first podcast here, maybe you're here to listen to us talk about the ultimatum, or to listen to us talk about what's going on with our house. Who knows? Every week, we end every episode by inviting one of our peepees, short for Pillow Princesses, which are our listeners, to tell us a story, a real gossip story from their life, and they need help. And we are here to attempt to help. We don't always do it, but we try.
We'll do our best.
If you have a story, you can submit it by emailing us at stayinguppod@gmail.com. Also, thank you to anyone who DMs us either on Instagram or TikTok. But if you send us a story there, we will never read it. Send it to email. Well, I don't mean to be rude, but it's like that's
thank
where
you,
we go.
but we will never fucking see it.
We will never read the story from there.
No, you're right. We only do emails right now.
We have a very
email or bust, baby.
We have a very strict process for how we're doing our podcast, and it involves us reading emails for stories. So there's that.
Yes.
Okay. Today we have Ellie. Give it up for Ellie, everybody.
Let's go, Ellie.
Ellie is 32. Ellie is a lesbian.
Oh my God, Ellie is us.
Ellie recently saw me at Target, but was
Ellie lives in the area.
Quote, intimidated to go up.
No.
You're very tall in person.
It's true, she is.
Ellie, next time you see me at Target, please come up to me.
Ellie.
I would pee my pants.
I'm guessing that's Ellie's Ellie's real name.
No, I made it up.
Cool.
But we love Ellie. Ellie, next time you see us out, say hello.
That's so funny.
Okay. Ellie, 32, lesbian.
Got it.
In the last few years, Ellie decided to own her truth. She decided it was time to come out to her family.
Let's go, Ellie.
Was very anxious, was very spooked.
Yeah.
Some normal coming out
in the last few years, like later in life.
Later in life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Adulthood.
Sure. In their adulthood, yes.
Yeah.
Maybe in time for pride. Who's to say? It was very hard. Ellie's mom didn't take it very well.
Oh.
But has since come around, which is amazing.
Oh.
The good news is that everyone else in her circle is amazing and supportive and knows that love is love.
Sometimes people just take time.
So Ellie's out, right? This is
awesome.
This is probably a couple years ago, right?
Okay.
She's out. Ellie says she feels that she can finally breathe, which is a lovely feeling. Biggest weight lifted off her chest. She's walking down the street with a different pep in her step. She's being who she is. She's excited. She's happy. Ellie is out and proud. As her initiation into the lesbian community, she writes in to us to tell us that she's stuck in love with her best friend of 5 years.
Ugh.
We will call her Lauren.
I was really hoping this week wasn't about being in love with best friend, because I just feel like everyone's going through that.
Everyone's going through it.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ellie.
Let's rewind 5 years. Okay. Ellie and Lauren meet at work. Okay. Classic. We're click-clacking next to each other. We're doing our work things. Oh, wow. Yeah.
Should I do the sound effects while you tell the
story? Neither of them are gay outwardly. Okay.
Oh.
No one's out and proud at this time. We're pre-come out. They become work friends.
We're pre-come.
We're pre-coming. They become work friends.
Yeah.
They're hanging. They're not full friends yet. They're not like intertwined in each other's lives, but they're like getting to know each other at work and enjoying their time.
Gotcha.
Boom. They both get laid off.
Oh.
Tough. Industries be tough. But of course, they have exchanged numbers. They stay in touch. They KIT. They are keeping in touch.
Cute.
And they actually start going to bars together. They're hanging out. They're going out. They're having a fun little time.
We're not just work friends anymore.
Lauren, on a drunken night, gets it out of Ellie that Ellie is a big old lesbian.
Let's go.
Ellie tells her. Ellie's like, yeah, I am gay. And Lauren goes, yeah, I saw that coming. I knew that.
Lauren's like,
I had a feeling you were gay.
Okay.
Then Lauren insists that she's straight, though. So,
boo.
Whatever. They go, it's not weird. They keep hanging out. They're having fun.
Yeah.
Over time, they're going to bars. They're doing things that friends do. And Ellie starts falling in love. Falling in like. Let's put it this. Falling in like. Okay. They're out one night bowling. They are sitting in those little squashed stalls. They're holding up the little ball being like, is this one the right? Is this a 6 or a 9? Or what am I? 6 or 9. That's hilarious. But, they're lifting up the ball being like, is this the one? Is this one? They're taking turns trying to impress each other, but they're just friends. They're
totally always flirty.
I know, but it's flirty. Ellie gets that feeling in her belly.
Ellie belly.
That it's time to be a little brave.
Oh, no.
She turns to Lauren and said...
No, wait. We know that Lawrence has said she's straight.
I know, but Ellie's feeling something different. And Ellie says, would you be up for going on a date with me? To which Lauren says, probably with a smirk, I'd be open to it.
Okay, Ellie,
Juicy.
Ballsy of you because she has already said, I am straight.
What's the girl's equivalent of being ballsy? Over easy. Glittery.
Just keep going.
Okay.
Just keep going.
So Lauren says, I'd be open to it.
Hot.
Ellie is fucking buzzing.
Ellie's got game.
Imagine that. Ellie's out there bowling. She's striking. She's knocking down the pins.
Yeah,
they head to their home. Ellie's falling asleep. Just like, oh my God, she said yes. Like after all this time, right?
Yeah.
She wakes up. She texts Lauren. She's waiting for the bubbles to come back. She says to Lauren, hey, let's plan our date. Like, let's figure out what we're going to do.
Uh-oh.
What do you think Lauren says?
I think she shuts it down. I think she's like, I was just kidding.
Lauren says, I'm sorry. I was drunk. I did not mean to say yes.
Yeah.
I really don't want to get in anything right now. I just really want and need to be single.
Well, that wasn't a no. That's a like, not right now.
Yeah.
Or it's a gentle letdown.
So Ellie is our brave soldier. She brushes it off. We've all been there. We've all been like, okay, read the situation wrong, I guess. But whatever. Also maybe something's there, whatever.
Yeah.
They keep hanging out.
Good.
Ellie is still like, wow, I love being around you. I'm going to keep hanging out with you. Why would I not?
Oh, good.
Ellie tries again. I don't have the details on how it got here, but Ellie thinks that they are going on a date.
Okay. So she asks again and it doesn't get shot down.
She goes to the store. She picks out the cutest little flowers. Probably like looking at all the different kinds, being like, oh, is she more of a pink or a white or, ooh, maybe multicolor, maybe picks the white. Just says, oh, let's go classic, right?
Classic.
Nothing too crazy. Shows up at Lauren's with them. Meet them on the date.
Yeah.
Lauren is not understanding what is happening right now. There was a miscommunication.
Ugh.
She did not think this was a date at all. It was awkward, but they went out and hung out still.
They power through it.
Yep.
Wow.
What do you think happens the morning after?
I mean, I'm waiting for Lauren to be like, sis, this has to stop.
The morning after, she doesn't hear from Lauren. Next day, doesn't hear from Lauren. Next few days, doesn't hear from Lauren. Next month, nothing. She's reached out, nothing. Full ghost.
What? Of her like bestie for months?
Ellie doesn't hear from Lauren for over a year. Completely ghosted.
Shut up.
Yep.
A year?
Yep.
They don't run into each other? Social media? Is she blocked?
Doesn't hear. They never talk for over a year.
Oh, I need so many more details.
The industry, of course, is kooky. And guess what? Ellie gets her old job back. She's like, oh my God.
Yeah, happens.
Got my old job back. She goes back into work. And who?
No.
Also got their old job back. Lauren.
The fuck? What the fuck?
Not only are they in the same office, but they're sitting 2 feet away from each other.
Oh, Lord.
All day, every day. No one in the office knows.
Do they immediately be like, hi?
They slowly start talking again, getting comfortable, being friends again.
I feel itchy.
And now they're friends again. They go on this way for 2 years. Working, feeling a little awkward. Ellie's heart getting a little twinge of pain when Lauren looks a little hot in the office.
But back to like work friends mainly?
Work friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ellie mentions that she's looking for an apartment, and Lauren happened to be looking for an apartment too. Lauren says we should move in together.
Oh my God.
Our sweet Ellie says yes.
Ellie, honey. Oh, sweet.
Ellie says yes. They have been living together for 2 years now. And Ellie says, these have been the best 2 years of my life.
Of course they have, Ellie.
They're grocery shopping together.
They're getting dressed.
They watch
together,
movies together.
They're making out.
They watch movies every night. She's floating. She loves sharing her space with Lauren. She describes it as a dream. She says, quote, seeing her every day is breathing. She's the most beautiful human inside and out.
Oh, I'm going to die.
Of course, Ellie is now out, as we've heard. Yeah. And her friends are all like, y'all have to be together. They think that they're together. They think they're secretly together and that Ellie's not telling them something. Ellie even jokingly...
Do they not know about the past stuff?
I don't know.
You should tell your friends, Ellie.
Ellie has even jokingly called Lauren her wife, to which Lauren laughs and says, like, not going to happen. Like, something kind of flirty, but like, nah.
Yeah.
But when Ellie mentions any time that she's seeing or even talking to someone, Lauren gets weird. Lauren gets jealous.
I hate Lauren.
Lauren even gets mad at Ellie
Lauren,
sometimes.
Grow up, Lauren.
And when Ellie's on those dates, she can't even stop thinking about Lauren.
Oh.
She's just sitting there thinking about Lauren. And from time to time, Ellie even brings up her interest again to Lauren, and Lauren shuts it down. Lordy. She continues to act jealous and sometimes mad when Ellie talks to other people. All of Ellie's friends say vehemently that her roommate relationship with Lauren is not normal. It is nothing like normal relationships for roomies. Our friend Ellie writes to us and asks, what does she do now?
Oh, Ellie, baby girl. I need you to buck up. I need us to, 1 foot at a time, put on our big girl panties. This is not okay. This has been years that Lauren has dragged this out. You cannot live with someone that you are so in love with. I'm going to call it. You didn't say it. I'm going to call it. You're in love with this bitch.
She said it's a dream. She said being with Lauren is breathing.
You are not.
I wouldn't even think to say that about you. Being with Cammie is breathing.
I'm breathing alone.
That is some romantic shit.
You don't want Lauren to just be your friend. You don't want that. It's going to hurt like hell at first, but you need to set some boundaries for yourself, sis. This is not normal. Like your friend said, this is not a normal roomie relationship. You've tried. Ball is in Lauren's court. If she ever wanted to go there with you, she could. You'd be at the foot of her door. Ready. She knows if she even like looked your way with the idea of wanting to be together, you would come running. Yeah. And she's not doing that. Yeah. So we got to stop.
Yeah. You think, well, how do you think she stops?
I think she says to Lauren, listen, I so deeply enjoy you. You're amazing.
I want to be so deep within you.
Stop it.
Okay. No,
I've loved being your roommate, but I have recognized that it is not healthy for me because I don't just like you as my friend. Yeah. I don't want to lose you as a friend. So I think it's really unhealthy for us to live together as well as we do live together. I am trying to go get myself out there and go on dates, and I'm thinking about you. Yeah. I'm sensing weird vibes when I'm on dates, which I don't know where that's coming from. And you know what? I think straight girls sometimes do enjoy that level of love from a friend. Yes. And I think Lauren's straight, but I think she loves how much Ellie loves her, and she's protective over that love because she doesn't want to lose it. Yeah. She likes being like the apple of Ellie's eye. Yeah. And she's scared that if Ellie finds someone new, she's going to lose that. But she is straight, or for whatever reason doesn't want to be with you, or for whatever reason isn't ready for that. You can't wait around.
None of which is worth it for you.
None of it. You need to move out. And this is big. This is going to be like, you're going to be like, shut the fuck up, Cammie.
Give her 3 things she needs to do.
Talk to Lauren. Mm-hmm. Move out. Mm-hmm. Give it a bit of time.
2.5.
To try to be friends with her again if you're missing that friendship. But it cannot be every day, all day besties. It needs to be like once a month we catch up for dinner or something. And that has to be after a lot of time where this relationship is more of a memory and you can get to know each other. It's the same advice as if I think anyone wants to be friends with an ex, you got to like forget how you were and re-meet as a different way. Yeah. It's not healthy, honey.
Ellie, you're cool.
You're
a cool person, and you are newly out, which is such a fun time to figure out who you are, how your sexuality shows up for you.
Yeah.
this is time for you to be
You're
texting
your
gals,
40s, you're
going on
vibing.
the apps, meeting girls at bars, and being able to come home to your roommate or your friends or whatever and say, oh, look at this cute girl I met. And you show them the picture and you're like, this is so fun, blah, 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 without someone giving you a little eye roll that is not even going to pick you at the end of the day. I hate to say that, but I believe it is true.
I do too.
I think you got to say, Lauren, you know that I like you. I've made it so clear. Couldn't have made it clearer. I really have liked living with you. I think we work really well together, but we're clearly not going to work together in a romantic sense. I need to fall out of like with you. This is too much for me. We should move out from each other. Like Cammie said, if we want to touch base every once in a while, that sounds great. But sis, you're 32. We can't be having like fun little moments now where
you should
you're
be like the best time of your life. You should be
Yeah.
going on dates where you're so excited. You should feel this way that you're feeling about Lauren, about like new people that could actually go somewhere. Like,
yeah, not somebody that like rolls their eyes when you say that like you guys might be together. Like, honestly, not cute.
yeah, like never gonna happen. Don't call me wife. No, bleh.
Sorry to be
Out of here.
intense.
Yeah, but it's because we love you and believe in you and we want the best for you that you need this tough love right now. Get out of there. Get out.
Run,
of there.
Ellie, run!
And we'll see you at Target.
Please say hello.
Please say hello.
I wonder what I looked like, because sometimes I go to Target just to de-stress. I wonder if I was looking stressed.
Are you in your green bean outfit?
Yeah, sometimes I wear all green. A big green Drew
Green
House
sweats,
hoodie.
green hoodie.
Green sweats.
Green on green.
Hey, thank you for telling us that story.
Thank you, Ellie. We wish you the best.
And it will get better.
Keep
and I
us
promise you
posted.
that. PBs, thank you again for another great episode.
Y'all are the best.
We are going to enjoy our little weekend here out in the desert of California where it is 100 degrees. Tonight we might make some quesadillas, some vegan quesadillas. And maybe have a little more wine.
Frank is ready for a quesadilla. Not
Frank
for
is
you,
right here.
puppy.
If you're watching on YouTube or Spotify, you can see his little fish in my
little
hand.
snout.
His little snouters in my hand.
Cute. Oh my god, we drove separately to the desert and it was so cute watching Frank out of the window.
He was actually really cute. I think that the dogs recognized the cars.
Yeah, they did.
And so I think that once he saw you guys, he was like, oh,
He's like, Mommy and my sissy.
and Riggy's so used to seeing my car.
Hi, good boy.
She's always in it.
All right, y'all. Sleep well. We love you.
Sleep well. We love you.
Is your shirt glow in the dark?
I don't know. Get close to my titi. Cammie, do not lick that. Love you guys.
Bye.